Let's make ledge climb system in Unity, where our player hang to ledge, hop up, hop down, move on, ledge, and more. In this video, we are going to see how can our player hang to ledge and position its hand correctly. Here I have some animations which we later need in the videos. Now let's create a C# script, name it player climb. In this video, I am using third-person starter assets movement script for player movement. You can use your own in script. First, create a bool to check if our player is climbing. Next, we need raise amount to check ledges, make it an int variable. Now next, create a float ray height where our ray will start casting. Now raycast hit for ray hit data. Now in void update, if player is climbing, then we are going to cast ray first. Let's add our movement script to our climb script so we can use its functions. We are also going to want to check ray when player is grounded. Now make a for loop. Its length should be less than or equal to ray amount in for loop. Let's create a vector 3 for ray position. It's like player position plus vector 3 plus ray height. Also vector 3 multiply ray offset multiply way to make ray until it reaches ray amount. Now let's cast the ray. Wait before casting the ray. Let's debug the ray so we can see what's going on. So debug.draw ray for position. Give the position we made vector before ray position and direction. Give players forward direction. Now let's head back to Unity and check if it's working or not. So, rays are casting with offset and ray amount. You can change the values according to your need. So now, let's cast real rays for position, same ray position and player's forward direction. Out ray ledge hit for hit data. Also, we need layer of ledges. Now write ray length coma ledge layer. If our ray hit ledge, the for loop will break. Now check if it's working. Let's hit the play button and check if it's working. Let's check the script here. We didn't select the layer. Here, if we select the layer, it will work. So make sure your ledge have a layer. Now let's create a game object variable for ledge that hit by the ledge climb. Object is equal to RayLedge hit dot transform dot game object. Let's take player input for grab the ledge. Now write IEnumerator grab. Ledge also, when we press the button, is climbing will be true. Now let's create a enum for player state. I am writing two stats, now a normal state and climbing state. In void, start player state should be normal state, and when we press the button, it should be climbing state. Now go to Unity and set up the animation. So first animation is idle to braced hang. You can get it from Mixamo and change it to humanoid, and change settings like me, like start of the animation and end animation time, change all settings, same as me. Open the animator and drag and drop the animation we just set up. We are going to crossfade to the animation when we press the button. Let's create a button for ledge climbing. Once press the button, climb the ledge, and if we again press the same button It drop the player from the ledge. Now let's go back to Unity and check if it's working or not. So let's hit play. So here it is, checking Ray when it is in climb state, but we want it check Ray when it's not in climb state. So head back to Code Editor and in here just put is not climbing. Okay, so now it will check Ray when we are not in climbing state. Now it is playing animation, but it is also moving around. So to fix it, go back to Code Editor. And when we are dropping, the ledge is climbing should be false. Now, let's declare player stats. Okay, when player grab the ledge, it's going to be in climbing state, and when it's dropping the ledge, it's going to be in normal state. Now let's declare what player should do in normal state and what player should do in climbing state. In your player movement, script, character controller, and animator should be public so we can use them in our player climb script. Also, if you are using character controller to move the player, just give it a condition where character controller is moving. If character controller is enabled, then it should move the player. It will just give you warning when we disable the character controller. Now, in player's normal state, we want our character controller disabled. And if you are using rigid body, just make is kinematic true when player is climbing and false in normal state. We also want our player movement script to disable in climb state. And in normal state, we enable it again. And don't forget to enable root motion in climbing state and disable when we are in normal state. Now let's go to the Unity and check if our code is working. Here it is not disabling the character controller and our player movement script. Here we forgot to make it false in climbing state. Now if we play, our character controller and movement script is disabled and root motion is enabled. Now let's add another animation. It's going to be hanging idle animation. Like before, make sure you have same setting as me and hit apply. Make transition from idle to braced, hang to hanging idle, and don't change any setting between this transition. Now, if we play again, you can see our player is hanging. Its hand position is not correct, but it's hanging. And pressing button again, its gravity is on razor again checking for ledge, but it's not going back to idle animation. Now let's add drop from hang animation. All these animation you'll find on Mixamo. Make all animation settings same as me. Make sure you match start and end of the animation too. Now, make this animation transition to your in air or when player is falling after jump animation. Let's play drop from the ledge animation using code. When we are dropping ledge, we will cross-fade to drop to ground animation. Now, if we play so it's climbing and playing the drop animation, and after it goes back to idle animation and move in normal state. So now, let's position our player's hand correctly to the ledges. To position the hand correctly, we are going to cast another ray. This ray's position will be where our first ray hit point, and we'll give it a little height. And its direction will be down direction. Now we need another raycast hit to get down. Ray hit data. Give it a length. A big, then height and layer will be the same. Now let's debug this ray to see if it is working correctly. Okay, it also drawing another down ray. Okay, which is good. So we have point where player's hand will be placed. Now, create method for match the hand position to ledge. Here we have to check if player is playing a certain animation, only in which case we are going to match target also. So we want animator is in transition. Here we have to write animator again and again. So let's add animator component directly to this script, then we can use it directly. Now for position, give it rayledge down hit point. Rotation will be the same as player rotation for avatar target, give select left hand, and for weight mask. Give weight in Y direction and Z direction to 1, and X direction, and rotation weight should be 0. And for start, normalized, time, and end time, we have give it a time range in which player match the given target. And we also want to rotate the player to ledge direction. For rotation, we'll use forward ray point, negative normal direction. Now let's play and check if it's working or not. So it's rotating but not grabbing the ledge now. Go back to Visual Studio and don't change code. We write until now. Here I am, just drawing a sphere to visualize where player's hand should be. Player is not hanging to ledge is not a code mistake. To fix this, open the Animator tab and check all the animations. Animation's end must not be greater than 60 or 30. Now it should work properly. So it is working correctly, but when we are dropping from the ledge, it is giving us problem to fix this. Go back to Visual Studio and change some code. So now, dropping from the ledge working correctly, also set the transition according to your project. Now make two variables to add more height and forward position to the player to correct its position. And add it to match target code. change value to your recording. And here you have a very simple ledge climb. This is the first video of this ledge climb system series. So subscribe the channel, like the video, and wait for next video.